someone there who is, he says, he shakes his head and says, I don't really know.
So tell me what you do know.
Okay. Arnold is the he says there's a girl, Gerda. Okay, she had some bad luck. Okay, maybe people didn't handle it well. I don't know. She should have died, but she is out there on that island, and she has been talking to something, and she is causing trouble and more trouble and more trouble. Arnold says he's dealing with it, but we are ready for when it all goes wrong. We think this is now. So it's,
Arnold's not dealing with it. I am.
that bought you a little respect. Yeah, they kind of look at each other and say, yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Okay. So as you are heading now, as well, the first thing you do is to find is that a lot of the people are actually forming up around you in a positive way. They're kind of like, oh, the eel's here, and it's sort of it seems like your coming has been sort of a relief to a lot of the people. The word has kind of spread out, and maybe you have done one or two more get-togethers or things since the last one, and you recognize, okay, I'm among friends here. And so maybe they needed a priest, right? Somebody to create sort of a moral center for them. So that's what you are facing.
Yeah.
And so in your case, your presence would be, especially if you come in with him, it's going to be, first of all, women have been known to fight. There are famous war chief women and things like that, but often it's the husband who gets the credit and the name, and often the fact that you come off as a non-martial person in general, to see you in this array is, people kind of fall back away from you. They're like, holy shit. That's words like the circle, right? It's the oddness of the circle is very manifest in you right now. That's looking different. So with all of that happening, let's see. Situation has shifted on me as well due to what she did. Yeah, as the ship drifts closer, people set up, realize that there is not an attacking thing or something like that. But they seem very cautious, and somebody is saying, we have no idea what's going to be coming out of the water, as this has not happened. And the words like Gerda and things like that start to be heard around you. And as the ship comes closer, the fire is diminishing until it's mostly just smoking. It's now, people are going to get into some boats. Maybe you are going to go with them to go out and grapple it and drag it in closer.
Ooh, chainmail hauberk and snail warfare is not my favorite.
That's true. That's true. They actually, that's a good point. They're looking at you. Anybody can see you. Should not be on the water. That's true. I should have realized that. So they are looking to you for some.
They're not saying, go, good initiative.
Yeah. But the point is, they are expecting that you, in particular, are going to be prepared for whatever they may be dragging back.
I'm prepared.
The people at the water, you have noticed that the people have set up with their spears leveled at the water's edge. The thought of corpses crawling up out of the sea is not anything anybody wants. This is interesting. I'm making it sound a lot more organized than it is. A lot of people are just vacating. A lot of people are just getting out of there.
Smart.
Yeah. And there is one person who is shouting at people, don't fear, don't fear.
How close is that person to me?
Not. Well, let's see. However close you want to be, really. There's a lot of freedom for movement for your characters right now. You can make your way once you get an idea.
I'm just gonna go to that person and just grab him. It is time for fear.
Excellent.
Then
right. This person, just to give you an idea, is a man about your age, who, as you can see, let's see. Interesting. Well, it's in the evening. You're not going to get a good look at the little emblem there.
No.
But people have been sort of listening to him. He's been saying, "Calm down, calm down." He has a fresh wound that is disfiguring his face. It's not, when I say fresh, I don't mean in the last hour.
No,
it's just a fresh wound.
But the idea, yeah. Well, actually, yeah. But jokes aside, it's actually kind of bad. He's going to be disfigured. He took it in the last week or so.
Yep.
So it's not, it's still pretty nasty looking. And he is, and when you grab him, and shout at him, he'll
fight or get out.
You actually have triggered a somewhat difficult situation. A person, he falls back from you and is instantly kept from falling by other people, the people he was talking to. And you suddenly find yourself faced with an unfriendly group.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Now, they aren't armed with much, but you know as well as anybody that if 10 people mob you, someone's going to get a knife in. So that's your situation. Your situation is down there at the shore checking out the boat and the ship.
Yeah, trying to organize some form of shield wall with spears.
Right. And that's working out pretty well at this point. How about you?
I think I'm trying to seek out somewhere I can, see much of what's going on. I'm thinking of my spell Throng that I'm kind of thinking about maybe using, which I can motivate people to act. So when I do this, unnamed characters ascend. What's that mean?
It means that ascending means you have an unnamed person and you give them a name, or the game master gives them a name, and they now, and there's a metric for what to do for their scores, and so they now become sort of a fully functioning NPC instead of just kind of furniture.
Okay.
And the important thing about it is that magic works differently on unnamed persons and named persons. For example, the spell Blast will just disintegrate an unnamed person. And what you do fighting unnamed people, again, all you have to do is hit, and you can just say whether they're killed or maimed or something. And so an ascended person now takes on a lot more volition. I start having that character do things when you're not looking and stuff like that. So, I start with a few named people, and then just as we continue, these people start popping up.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so I'm trying to find a place where I can get a bit more of an overview, because I'm sensing that there are many different. There's not one. They're not acting as one big.
No, they are absolutely not, and you're absolutely correct about that. Yeah. The people that you came with, that Ansgar came with, they're actually forming up to keep people from getting out. Yeah. The outlying communities have their own opinions about what's happening at this shoreline. And yeah. So that's you're like, wait a minute. Right. But you're directly dealing with the edge. That
Yeah.
actually makes sense because he would have been stopping people from actually moving into that zone.
Yeah.
So in some ways, you're sort of in between these guys
Yeah.
who are ready to keep people in and this guy who is telling people not to run out. So, yeah, you're formed up against this mob kind of situation. Whether you can see that or not, considering that this is more on the outskirts, I don't think you are in that immediate zone.
Excellent. I'm going to rely on my charm to get out.
Well, in dealing with a mob, it's actually a fairly dangerous situation. This is actually one of the worst situations that a character can be in.
Great.
You can't fight a group as if it were an individual or by concentrating on one person at a time. Charm does not work on a group unless you use throw. If this many people are genuinely determined to kill your character, which is not quite the case yet, and if you are so foolish as to step forward and shout, "I'll take on the lot of you," then you simply die. No roll, no save, no argument. Ways to avoid that fate include getting out of there, which is a quickness versus 12 roll. However, I hope you've taken some time earlier to learn the lay of the land, because if not, you're running around in an unfamiliar spot, which would be you, which gives your quickness roll a single die.
Oosh.
Yeah, so you're like, can I sort of skate out of here? No, I'm going to break an ankle.
Yeah.
Right? And then, if anyone in the group has any prior play history, you can try to ascend them, which is a one-on-one charm roll. In which case, maybe they will speak for you or, be inclined to help you. I recommend magic strongly, it says here in the rules.
What if I went for Sir? Just asking for a friend.
Yeah. Well, first of all, yeah, it would mean that you would actually have some effectiveness. It's not that big a group. Splitting them with a charm roll is possible. What are your other spells?
I have Stop and Soothe.
Soothe.
But Soothe is one person or beast.
Correct,
And
but
Stop is also one other person.
Right, all that is correct. So therefore, as it is a relatively, well, the only thing I can think of is what if you soothe the target, the named individual?
Yeah, I thought about that.
Right, because if he's pivotal at the moment, that's your only hope, is to focus on a pivotal individual.
I won't antagonize him by using magic. No, that was a question.
Oh, well, that I don't know. But if it's soothed
enough.
by definition, then he's soothed, right? So.
Well, I will try to soothe him because I do not have a death wish.
Okay, so given the timing involved, that they are not mobbing you, as the rules say, whatever else may be said about being killed by a mob, it is not fast. Which gives you time to do the things that I just mentioned, right? So it's not a nice, a nice concept, but it means you have time to cast a spell.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead. The way you do it, those 2 dots are also the brawn that you spent.
Oh, so I spent 2 brawn.
Yeah. By the way, the one you spent earlier has come back by now.
Okay.
Yeah. And so you spend 2 brawn.
So I have 5 in brawn now.
And then you also, do you have pencils, Helen? Yeah. What you will do on your sheet, you see those 9 circles?
Yeah.
You will circle 2 of the ones on the left, outline them, so that they are white circles. And if you cast black magic, then you will fill in the circles from the right.
Shall I do like this now?
Yes.
So I remember. Do I roll?
You do not have to roll for magic.
Oh,
yeah.
Excellent.
You powered it out of your own body.
Yeah.
And the effect, it's not subtle at all. I mean, when you say, it's like what the guy did with the blade earlier. You say a guttural word, and the strobing effects of light will outline you. So even though it's soothed, it is a dramatic act, and basically even to use it, you would actually have to use maybe some bone or some oil or smoke or something like that. There's actually an act that you do, a physical act that you do. You would be allowed to make it up for our purposes, just as an example. You might actually bring out like white ash that you've got and blow it.
Yeah, I think I have a pouch with ash, and I stake something and do.
Right, exactly. That's what I was thinking too. And the fact too is that when it hits him, it's going. Yes, exactly. This is physical. There is a jarring that occurs. So okay, yeah. He will.
You're gonna die.
No, we're gonna die.
No.
Yeah. Basically, he will. Right. He'll sag in place, and the people supporting him will support.
You killed him.
No, it's not quite that. They'll look at you and fall back. There is dead. Nobody wants to be next. And someone shouts, "He's dead!" And someone else says, "No, he's not." They realize you did not kill him. That actually gives a double take. The mob's certainty is now shattered as a group. So that actually worked. So yeah, that's the right way to deal with a mob, is to shake up their understanding of what's happening, and if nothing else. Then of course there's always the spells that just obliterate a bunch of people, but that's something else. All right. Good. At your situation, the people pulling in the ship are recognizing that it is not. I mean, there's nothing crawling out of it or anything like that. But there is a person on it who has been killed by multiple stabbings to the chest, and then nailed to the planks. So somebody killed this person, sent the ship out, blew it up.
Yeah. And the ship has come to shore now.
Yeah, now they've pulled it in, and people are starting to relax a little, thinking that fighting is not necessarily necessary.
Does anyone recognize the person?
Mm-hmm. They do. It's a member of the village. In fact, I'll go ahead and grab a name. We can ascend him after he's dead. Sure, why not, right? Right here. This was Egon. Egon was a sailor and a fighter who ranged, up and down. And everybody is kind of reacting, well, good thing it wasn't me. And so he's known here, and the outrage is there's no outrage. There is muttering and fear, and everyone is saying, what the hell is Ansgar going? What the hell is Arnold playing at? Where's Arnold? Isn't he supposed to be dealing with this? Well, Arnold is back here. And when people are looking for Arnold, they find you.
Yeah.
So, you guys are quick enough and socially adept enough to spot all of this.
Yeah.
So they're looking for Arnold. He's supposed to be handling this. We need an explanation. Who's next? And everyone kind of points, and we see, a group of people like holding Arnold, who's disoriented and, sleepy, and you see Ansgar standing up there and kind of, I'm in charge right up here. Thank you very much. Yeah.
And I think I'll just prepare the boats. I need as many fighters that are capable as possible. We're going to the island now.